transferred here as of like my freshman year. I wasn't going here since junior high like most of these guys, and when I first came here, I had people telling me, I don't know why you want to go there to play basketball. You aren't going to do anything. You know, a stereotypical Buckeye.
I have been watching this program for about, I would say, 8 years, I guess. Probably more than that, probably. I've been watching since Coach Morey came in.
And everybody, you know, every year, even in the school, there's students who are like, oh, I can't wait for y'all to go make the playoffs so you know, lose first round. That happens about every year.
Just kind of growing accustomed to what we have been doing, and I thought it wasn't going to be much different, but...
What we were told the whole year was, man, y'all are just going to go first round playoff, go play an away game, and get kicked out.
For the past 4 years I've been here, that's all we've been talking about. Like, we want to set a new standard for Buckeye, make people say, oh yeah, that Buckeye team, they're pretty good. They're a pretty good ball club. All that.
As soon as the season kicked off, I could tell it was a much different team than what it usually is.
All those games that we won, and we were the team that was tougher, and we wanted it more than them.
This is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about setting records, like winning playoff games, and beating like 5A schools and whatnot.
Because we had something to prove to everybody and anybody that ever said any bad things about Buckeye High School basketball. We wanted to prove them wrong. Year after year, we were doubted. We won't make playoffs. We won't do this. And this year, we won 25 straight, and nobody had anything to say.
Prior to the season actually beginning, we were all kind of like nervous because we weren't sure what to expect. We were playing against these other teams, or like, we know we're better than them. We know we should be winning against them, but we're struggling against them during the summer.
Our first game was against Grant, and we opened the season the way you want to open it. It was a great game from all of us.
We started off playing good. We beat Madison, which was a nice win.
It's just like, it's like a snowball. Like we started winning and it just kept going.
It just kept on going. Just kept on. Just winning.
It took people like taking it serious. Like they wanted to win. Everyone wanted to win.
It took constant focus from everyone.
To get so many wins on the season, and to get them 24 or 25 straight is really just the focus that was around our team the whole year.
With this team, we wanted to win, so we thought there was no other choice.
I say the biggest thing to winning was how tough we were mentally.
No doubt it was hard, but if we didn't build that skill, I don't think we'd have the season we did.
$28-5.
28-5.
28-5.
28-5.
28-5.
To set a new record, it's special. And I think that's understood.
It doesn't really feel real because it's never happened before here, and just undescribable, really.
Knowing what we did and being able to realize it, because I think there's been some really great teams to come through here.
You're one of those people to set that new record and set all these records at the school that you don't even know about, really, because you come in the gym and you look at the banners on the walls and there's only 4 or 5 for boys basketball.
And the fact that they weren't able to do it and we were just shows how great of a team we were. And I still don't really know how to, like, put it into perspective of what we did this year.
We set that record, and I hope it stands for a long time. But to me, the point of records are, like, to set a new standard, right? They're meant to be broken.
I still don't know how to put it into words. It still kind of sinks in a little bit. Just I don't really know.
And you see these teams that went 32-4 and 27-4, or something like that, 10-0 in district, and just to think that you're in that company whenever some of these people are very old nowadays, because that was back in the 70s and 60s.
For me, I can't think of words exactly how to explain to people, like, how important it was to do something that, not many people have.
And here it is, 2024, and you're over here setting records at Buckeye High School, and something that people haven't heard of in 60-something years.
And I hope someone is able to set a new higher standard than we did.
The bad and the ugly is just the hours that were put in inside practice, having the bad practices, the days we had to run when we didn't want to, the days we had to practice when we didn't want to practice.
Practices could be rough sometimes. There wasn't a lot of running, like from a down and backs kind of deal, but it was more of we would run up and down the court playing basketball. Sometimes that could get tough because we would run it up and down the court for like 15 minutes sometimes.
The struggles that we had in order to meet the level that we wanted. For example, being in practice, like just struggling just to dribble the ball sometimes, getting frustrated with the game. Like, why are we even here? Like, I can't do this right, can't do that right. It's like we don't even know why we're still playing. Then we'd remember the reason why is so we could win those games that we did.
The learning part and the execution part were definitely the hardest, because some drills we would have to do every day just to get it down pretty good. And sometimes we would do those drills every day and still struggle during a game. But in the end, almost every game we would figure it out.
Big struggle for us at points during the season was ego. And it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was huge to the point where it made us fall apart, but it was enough to cause issues in the chemistry of the team. And we say all the time, culture's fragile. You can build it, but it falls just as easily. Finding a way where everyone can be happy, at the same time still be pushed to a point where they're constantly getting better, is a fine line that I think we found a way to do consistently. And that's what made us who we were.
As a team, I think the most challenging part of the year was at the end of district. We lost to Marksville in just a game that I believe they just kind of outperformed us in, like, from start to finish. And then after that, we faced Bunkie.
It was a tough game against Bunkie. They had their home crowd, we had ours. Towards the end, the pressure just got to us a little bit too much.
We had like a 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter, then turnover after turnover. We ended up, I think we kind of lost the game more than they wanted. We kind of just blew it for ourselves, and
we were just too tired to really compete to our fullest. And coming back from that to go play, the next game was a little tough because especially after Bunky, we were kind of disappointed, you know.
We just didn't come out with any energy at all. It was a very bad performance from everybody, and
it was a tough game against Gina. Gina was at their best right there. We lost to both of them.
That we ended up losing that game, and that pretty much sealed our fate. Of we had gone 25 games of not losing, and then one loss kind of spiraled into another one, then another one, and it was definitely tough because it kind of felt like a sense of we kind of lost ourselves.
And just coming back from that, we just had to get ready for the next one. Just have to forget about it in basketball. There's too many games to just be sad about one or disappointed in one. So we just had to get over that, get back in the gym for practice, and just move on to the next one.
I would say it was definitely one of the games where it was like, you know, one of those nail-biter games. We're down, we need to come back. It was probably, I would say the Bolton game, because like we thought we were going to come in up. Well, I couldn't speak for everyone, but I thought we were going to come in there, handle business, then leave. But no, we got down, I think 19 to 8. It was somewhere between like 15 to 20. We got down that much, and we're like, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to start. And I wasn't even doing too good because I had like 3 turnovers at the start of the game. And then at the fourth quarter, at the beginning of fourth quarter, I had 4 fouls, so I couldn't even make a mistake on defense. I had to be precise and not foul anyone and just play defense straight up, not foul anyone. But we were able to pull it out with just sheer will and the want to win. So I was very happy about that.
Our first game was against Grant, and we opened the season the way you want to open it. It was a great game from all of us. And then after Grant took place on a Tuesday. The next day I found out my uncle died that day, so it kind of hit me in a way. So the next 2 games were kind of blurred in there a little bit. Don't really remember them all that well. But then against Madison, Preston started that game, but I think I had my best game of the season in that one because I saw my family before that, and that was the first time I got to see everybody after my uncle died, and it gave me a sense of purpose again, and so I played the best game I had the whole season, and I felt like without me, we might not have won the game. What I was able to do in that one, and because I hit 2 3-pointers when we were about to lose the lead, and that kind of put it away in a sense, and we never lost it after that. So.
Coach Austin can be that guy that can just tell you what you need to do, and you can be like, okay, I understand.
He wouldn't call you out very many times out in front of the whole team, but whenever you got off for a drill, he'd get you off to the side and tell you what you did wrong.
I can go over to that guy, and he still teaches me a lot of things about the game of basketball.
He would know the game plan just as good as Coach Morey did.
He's a great assistant coach, and I loved having him on the team.
He would constantly find a way to just kind of pick you up.
I didn't know who Coach Rob was before the season started.
Like, the first time I met him, I thought, like, this guy knows basketball?
And then I saw him. He was 5'5", walking into practice.
I think he's really kind of picked up where we left off.
He'd be on to us if we weren't paying attention, but he knew how to relax the mood at times.
He was the guy who would make everyone laugh and
He gave everything that he could to the team.
Throughout the season, he kept just getting better and better, and to a point where I think he is an amazing coach, and I wouldn't want the program to be without him. Because
He's a guy you look up to.
Coach Morey is like a guy. He's a guy I would describe as he's not there to be a friend at all. He's there to just get you better and to give you life lessons and stuff and be able to make you a better person.
he played college ball, so he knows stuff, and he knew that we needed to focus on fundamentals to win.
Coach Morey helped us all learn basketball. He's been coaching here for 10 years now, so he knows what it's like to win, what it's like to lose.
One of the biggest things Coach says during the practice is, if I'm coaching him, I'm coaching everybody. And everybody, if anybody knows Coach Morey and has played for Coach Morey, you have heard that saying.
From day one, he told me that I could do whatever I wanted as long as I didn't give up on it.
To be able to play for him was truly an honor. And
I kind of just knew that I would never play for another coach besides Coach Morey because
once we started winning, I think it was probably we got a 15-game win streak, I say, is probably when it hit. To people man, they're really something special going on over there. Because each home game, you come back and you're still undefeated, and you see more and more people pile into the gym.
Crowd would be, it'd be roaring, and it's you could feel your chest shaking. It was
The environment in the games was crazy. Home games especially.
the student section at home, they would just try to get under the other team's skin, always giving us support.
can't replicate the atmosphere.
It just felt amazing. Everyone was here to support you and to support the team.
It was great. Sometimes a little nerve-wracking just because so many people watching.
The support was insane all year, especially, like I said, the home games. And
Once we got onto our winning streak and everybody kind of realized what we were doing,
We packed out the whole gym. Everyone came to see.
Our community would go to our away games. Sometimes we would have more people from our community show up to away games than the other community has at their place.
which was insane. That's when you really knew people had your back and wanted to support you, because people would make 45-minute to hour drives just to come watch you play.
I even had people from LC, they go to the LC gym. They came to watch.
And that's insane to me, because people take time out of their day, get off work, and go immediately watch you play. That really means something to me.
I wasn't sure if we'd win or not because we haven't done it before. And Turlings was much better than when we faced them originally.
And to host a home playoff game and win it was even another thing. Just the atmosphere that was here. Once again, packed out crowd at Buckeye High School. People that were driving 2.5 hours to come watch us play. People from Shreveport, Lake Charles, just to come watch us play.
But seeing the focus from all of our guys, seeing how locked in we were.
That night was really emotional for me.
Another one of those moments where it's kind of undescribable.
Everybody being able to work together to pull something off that we've all been wanting to for a long time.
I felt accomplished. This is what I was working for. This is what everyone was working towards. We were working towards our first playoff win that could solidify us as one of the greatest Buckeye teams to ever come out of this program.
It didn't feel real.
It got to the point where they were getting microscopic with what we do, and it just feels great to finally get Buckeye recognition.
After the game, we celebrated like we never have before. It felt like this is a team, a family, pretty much. And it just kind of it satisfies all the hard work you have put in up to that point.
When I think of basketball or senior year, that's what I'll take away from it, is that feeling in the locker room, even after the game, going into the locker room and being able to cheer about a win, a home playoff win, and something that hasn't happened in 60 years probably. You feel almost like you wrote your mark down in legacy for Buckeye High School.
See my Coach Rob impression? Can you see me? No. Alright, that's my Coach Rob impression. I'm sorry. Carson, you need to not turn the ball over. You keep on turning the ball over and we lose. Adam, you're the greatest player I've ever seen. Keep doing what you're doing.
He's always talking to one guy. It's almost like he's talking down on this one guy. Everybody thinks he's just getting on to him, trying to tell him what's right. And if he hears somebody kind of chit-chatting on the sideline, it's either he's saying, if I'm coaching him, I'm coaching everybody, or baseline, put 11 on the clock or 22, we're running.
Okay. So like Lucian or somebody would just make a joke or something. He'd be over there like, "You're funny, man." His laugh. His laugh kills me. "You're funny, man." Oh my gosh.
I'm not as good as some of these other guys. I could just do his laugh. He has like a horse laugh, like, and that's all it is. Just anytime he laughs, he's just so.